this is Claus coming to you from the North Pole. How are you today? I would love to read you a story. Today's story is going to be by Hans Christian Andersen, and it is called The Little Fir Tree. Let's get started. Deep in the forest, quite hidden from view, among the tall pines, a small fir tree grew. The taller leaves laughed when they heard the fir moan. I wish I were taller. I can't wait till I'm grown. The forest is fun, the small fir tree was told. Live for the moment. Don't wish to be old. No one should wish to be old. Two winters passed, then trees were chopped down. They were trimmed of their branches and taken to town. Where are they going, the little tree wails? They're off to the ocean to hold up some sails. Oh, I wish I were taller, the small fir tree sighed. Then I'd be a proud mast and sail far and wide. Soon it was Christmas, and men came around to dig the tall fir trees from the frozen ground. Now those trees are special, a small robin cried. They're decked out in baubles and taken inside. Oh my, what an honor, the small fir tree said. Rather than sailing, I'll do that instead. Another year passed and Christmas Eve dawned. The woodsmen are coming, the early bird warned. Oh my, what a beauty, the old woodsman cried, and dug up the small fir tree, who trembled with pride. At last, sighed the first fir tree as he left the warm earth. The time has arrived to show what I'm worth. But when he was leaving, he didn't feel glad. Instead, he felt tearful and terribly sad. He called to the birds, the rabbits and deer, and all of the friends that he'd grown up so near. And with that farewell, he was carried away and thrown into the back of a bumpy old sleigh. Arriving at a grand house beneath the full moon, the fir tree was put in a magnificent room, decked out with tinsel and finished with bows. The fir tree was splendid from his head to his toes. The children clapped and shouted with glee as the fir tree stood proudly, a tall, handsome tree. On Christmas Day, from his green boughs, children picked presents for hours and hours. Then there was dancing and feasting and drink. The tree was so happy he started to think, my new friends adore me and seem very kind. He forgot to feel sad that he'd left friends behind. As the day turned to evening, a story was told that dazzled the fir tree with deeds brave and bold. When it was over, he swayed with delight as the room emptied with calls of good night. What joy, thought the fir tree, I'm glad that I came. I can't wait till tomorrow for more of the same. What do you think happened next? The proud fir tree thought, this is where I belong. But when morning dawned, it seemed he was wrong. Dragged from the fine room, he was bundled away and thrust in an old shed with no light of day. Then out of the darkness he heard something squeak. He felt his twigs rustle, heard the patter of feet. Hello, said a white mouse, why are you here? Tell us your story as we see in the new year. And so he told tales of his youth long ago, of the birds and the animals and the deep crispy snow. As the mice gasped in wonder at all he had done, the tree understood. The forest had been fun. The end. It's been great to read you this story today, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Oh, that's not it. And from that beginning, much to his surprise, the fir tree grew strong and terribly wise. Now down in the garden the big fir tree grows, spreading the wisdom of all that he knows. Youth is a blessing and nature is best. Live for the moment and not for the rest. All right, let me read the end again. The proud fir tree thought, this is where I belong. But when morning dawned, it seemed he was wrong. Dragged from the fine room, he was bundled away and thrust in an old shed with no light of day. Then out of the darkness he heard something squeak. He felt his twigs rustle, heard the patter of feet. "Hello," said a white mouse, "why are you here? Tell us your story as we see in the new year." And so he told tales of his youth long ago, of the birds and the animals in the deep, crispy snow. As the mice gasped in wonder at all he had done, the tree understood that the forest had been fun. I wonder what happens next. And so the tree slumbered away in the shed, dreaming of forest and fresh air instead, until he was shaken awake by the noise of children who'd come in search of their toys. "Look, it's our fir tree," a little voice cried. "Let's shake off the dust and plant it outside." And from that beginning, much to his surprise, the fir tree grew strong and terribly wise. Now down in the garden the big fir tree grows, spreading the wisdom of all that he knows. Youth is a blessing and nature is best. Live for the moment and not for the rest. That's the end of the story for today. I look forward to seeing you again soon. And if you would like to book a visit with me, tell your parents to go at www.mrsclausonline.com and book a time. And I will come right there through your computer and have a very, very special visit with you. Again, that's www.mrsclausonline.com. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Merry Christmas!